Hey, what's going on, guys? The Horror Man back ranking all 5 movies in the Phantasm franchise. Phantasm is my all-time favorite horror franchise, as confirmed by Franchise Frenzy last year. As you can imagine, I've been looking forward to ranking these films. With that being said, I will be limiting myself. I have so much passion for these movies, I need to reel myself in. I won't go on and on talking about each of them, as much as I'd love to. Like with all of my other rankings, I will start with my least favorite, and work my way to my favorite Phantasm film. These decisions are based on criteria such as nostalgia, rewatchability, and overall enjoyment. Spoiler alert, I love all of them. Please keep in mind, this is just my personal opinion, and you don't have to agree, or even understand. Jason will be ranking these movies as well, so please be sure to check out his video to see how his ranking compares to mine. So, here we go. This is Phantasm Ranked. In last place, and believe me, it pains me ranking any of these last, I have to go with Phantasm Oblivion, which is Phantasm 4. I love it. Love, 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 love it. But something has to be last. I always thought it was so cool how Don Coscarelli used cut footage from the first Phantasm in Oblivion. In addition to that, this one was the final movie in the franchise for a very long time. With 18 years, almost 2 decades between this one and the next one, most people had given up on a following sequel. And admittedly, the ending of Oblivion would have worked for a grand finale. A lot of us, I know myself included, sort of just thought it was the end. Fortunately, we did finally get Phantasm Ravager, and that one is up next in my ranking, at number 4. This, in all actuality, was probably my most anticipated movie release ever. With Phantasm being my favorite horror franchise, even before this one was released, I had obviously wanted a 5th film for years. 18, to be exact. When it finally was released, I was not let down. Ravager is probably one of, if not, the saddest horror movie, in my opinion. It was like revisiting old friends you hadn't seen in decades. But of course, it goes much deeper than that. Ravager is an epic finale to the Phantasm franchise, and I'm so happy we got it before Angus Scrimm passed. Like Phantasm Oblivion, I love this movie. In fact, even a little more. Coming in at number 3, I have Phantasm 3. Lord of the Dead. And boy, was this close. This movie is incredibly nostalgic for me. But the first 3 all are. I literally remember watching this for the first time when it was first released, and absolutely loving every second. For me, I've always felt like Phantasm 3 was the perfect hybrid of the original Phantasm and Phantasm 2. It's not as independent as the original, but it's also not as Hollywood as the first sequel. Like I said, it's the perfect mix of both. Because of that, I seriously did consider ranking this at number 2, and maybe I should have. But second place goes to something else. At number 2 is Phantasm 2. Yes, it is the most Hollywood of the bunch, and if you know the backstory, you understand why. But I still love it. I actually probably watched this sequel more than the first Phantasm when I was younger. That's not the case now. I've definitely watched the original more over the years since. But back then, Phantasm 2 was probably my favorite. You might remember one of, if not my very first profile picture on YouTube, was an image from Phantasm 2. That was a long time ago though, but I do really still love this movie. It's one of my all-time favorite horror sequels. As I said when I showed Phantasm 3, I have so much nostalgia for this one as well. And because it's 6 years older than Phantasm 3, I have 6 more years worth of nostalgia for it. They are close, but I think I got it right. Phantasm 2 is in second place in my ranking, which of course means my number 1 favorite movie in the Phantasm franchise is the original Phantasm. Obviously, it's my number 1 favorite horror movie of all time. This film gives me a feeling like no other every time I watch it. And no matter how many times I've seen it, I fall in love with it all over again every single time. For me, there's nothing else like it. Just hearing the score puts me in a good mood. I said I wouldn't go on and on talking about these movies, so with this one, I won't even begin. Phantasm is simply my favorite. Of course, if you'd like to discuss it further, leave a comment below. I'd love to chat about it. The original Phantasm is my all-time favorite horror film, and my number 1 favorite movie in the Phantasm franchise. So, there you have it, guys. My ranking of all 5 movies in the Phantasm franchise. What do you think? How would you rank these films? Comment below and let me know. Please don't forget to check out Jason's video as well to see how he has Phantasm Ranked. Which franchise will we rank next? Check back soon to find out. Until then, remember, physical media matters. Thanks for watching, guys. Hit that thumbs up and be kind. Subscribe.